In this video, we're talking about how to remove distracting objects from the backgrounds of your images using Photoshop. If you like Photoshop, Lightroom, and photography, consider subscribing to my channel. I try to release a new video every week. Now let's get into the video. I'm here in Lightroom and I have an image that I want to remove some distracting elements from. Here I have the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, and I want to get rid of all these power lines and clean up the background a little bit, just so the sign and the picture look a little bit better. So to do that, I'm going to jump on over to Photoshop and remove all these power lines. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to jump over into Photoshop by pressing Command or Control E, and that's going to bring our image over into Photoshop. Now that our image is here in Photoshop, I'm going to keep the background layer. I'm going to unlock it here. I'm going to make a new layer. Zoom in on the image. Now it's really easy to get rid of the power lines here that have nothing interfering with them like it does down here by the sign. So to get rid of those, what I'm going to do is come to my new layer. I'm going to press J or come over and use my healing brush tool over here. And I'm going to make my brush size just a little bit larger than the power line itself, and I'm just going to brush right over it, and that should take care of it. I'm going to do that to all these, get rid of all those, and then we'll move on to the more complicated power lines and get rid of those as well. Now that I've got those gone, I want to move in, zoom in a little bit by the sign here, and what I want to do is create a little break by each area of where the power line meets another object. So around the sign here, I want to create a little break, and then that'll allow me to use this tool that I've got right now to just erase the lines that are there. So to do that, I'm going to get the stamp tool by pressing S. I'm going to use the Option or Alt key, sample a point, and then I'm going to come over here and just paint a little break just like that. And paint a little break there. And I'm going to go ahead and go around and do that to all the power lines around the sign. Okay, now that I've got a break in the power lines where it meets the top of the sign here, I'm going to go back, select my letter J tool, which is the spot healing brush. I'm going to come back and just like I did before, paint over these lines and get rid of them. Sometimes you might get another line there like that. You can either go over it again, or if you want to do that, and I'll start at the top here, get rid of the top one first. See if that helps. And as you can see, it's already starting to look better without all those power lines in there. So next I want to go in and clean up a little bit around the trees here, where the power lines are running through the trees. To do that, I'm going to go back and get my stamp brush, make it a little smaller. Again, I'm going to just sample the blue sky and just kind of paint in between the branches here and get rid of the power lines there. Also want to make my brush have a softer edge to it. So it's looking pretty good. You don't have to get too detailed and crazy in there because you can't see too much of it anyway. Now I'm going to move on to getting the rest of them that are down over here a little bit lower in the middle of the picture. So now I think the sign's looking a lot better. I'm going to go through and just look for any other little blemishes or things that I want to take out while I'm removing things here from the background. I'm going to check the grass and just check on the sign, and then that's pretty much it. Then we'll be done. So there we go. Here's the before with all the power lines in there, and the after. And it didn't take us too long to just take all those power lines out and remove those distractions, and I think the picture looks a lot better. So I'm going to hit Command or Control S to save it, and then I'll close it and it'll automatically bring it back in the Lightroom, and we can do more post-processing if we want, or develop it further, or we can be all done with it. Thank you for stopping by my channel and checking out this video. If you like Photoshop, Lightroom, and photography, consider subscribing to my channel. I try to release new videos every week, just sharing my experience in photography and trying to help others just as other people have helped me. and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.